make we make light, we make lively. Yes, we make light, we make lively. Yes. Oops, I got to
Yeah.
make sure that I've got the right music here to open the
Yes,
stream.
especially
Uh,
today.
yes,
Of
today is a
course,
special day. All right. Have a
it
great
is.
show, everybody. Sparkle.
Great show.
Sparkle.
Sparkle.
Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Your beauty is beyond compare, with flaming locks of auburn hair, with ivory skin and eyes of emerald green. Your smile is like a breath of spring, your voice is soft like summer rain, but I cannot compete with you, Jolene. And he talks about you in his sleep. There's nothing I can do to keep from crying when he calls your name, Jolene. Jolene, 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 I love you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 don't take him just because you can. But I can easily understand. You can easily take my man, but you don't know what it means to me, Jolene. And I had to have this talk with you. My happiness depends on you, and whatever you decide to do, Jolene. Well, you could have your choice of man, but I could never love again. He's the only one for me, Jolene. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can.
All right. And for those people who don't know what that is, that was the cover of Jolene, and it was produced with a little extra weight. Produced that music video. And we want to thank them for their recreation of Jolene. To check out their work, check out With a Little Extra Weight for more cool covers.
Mhm.
Well, as many of you know, the sad news we opened the show with, and we'll be talking with all of you about it. Before we get started, it would be awesome if you could like, share, and subscribe. But we will be opening the show today with the sad and tragic news that the amazing Dolly Parton has passed. She was 80 years old. Chuck, I know that
Well,
this is a story near and dear to your heart.
oh, very near.
What can you tell us about Dolly Parton?
Well, I mean, first of all, we tend to overuse that term, an American treasure. Well, today we very much lost a true American treasure. I think everyone would agree to that. This morning when the news was announced, it was the only story on the entire 30-minute broadcast talking about Dolly Parton. That's how important she was, how much a part of our culture she had become, an icon. I said this on a recent show that, because we've met so many celebrities, living in LA when you lived here also. And sometimes it would always be a little more personal for me if one of those celebrities passed. Well, Dolly, I had the tremendous privilege of meeting her maybe between 20 and 25 years ago. And she was just everything you would ever expect her to be, want her to be, hope her to be. Warm, genuine, authentic, kind. I adored her. It was in a Mexican restaurant. I don't know if you remember the Acapulco restaurant on La Cienega in West Hollywood. I guess it doesn't matter.
Acapulco. If they've got cheap burritos, I'm totally there.
Okay, they did. Well, anyway, I was there with a friend. It was about 3:30 in the afternoon, so the restaurant was deserted except for us. And over at another table were three women sitting together. One of those women was Dolly Parton. And I had enough discretion to leave her alone and let her enjoy her lunch with her friends. But afterwards, waiters and waitresses were coming up to her anyway. And I thought, well, I might as well approach her also. And I got to talk to her for a minute or two. And I told her about a very good friend of mine in college who dressed up as her for Halloween.
Wow.
And it was outrageous. She took a leotard and took two big plastic Viking helmets from the theater school, put them under the leotard, got a dynamite Dolly Parton wig, did the makeup. It was incredible, but everything was enormous. I told Dolly about that, and she laughed hysterically. She thought that was the greatest thing. She had such a wonderful sense of humor about herself. That came through. And her warmth. And she was even talking to the waitresses going, well, we don't have these in Tennessee.
Oh, wow.
That's
my mom and dad actually went to Dollywood.
My dad did too.
And they just loved it. And they said the food was so good there.
Oh, wow. Well, as many of you know, she was a great philanthropist. And throughout her career, she not only donated literally tens of millions of dollars to charity, but she is responsible for supplying jobs to hundreds and hundreds of people, livable wages. And she also put all of her employees through paid university.
Yes. I was going to say to you, not tens of millions, $500 million. That was in the news today. At least $500 million she gave away. And also there was her literacy program for children. It said that she put more than 330 million books into the hands of children around the world. And that was all inspired because her father could not read or write.
That's correct.
So Dolly was determined to spread literacy and to instill joy of reading into children. And as you mentioned, Whimsy, she established many scholarships.
That is correct. Everyone who went to Dollywood, who was an employee there, could pursue a college degree, and evidently she picked up the bill. I'll tell you, she was a great woman, and she walked the walk. She said that money was not the most important thing. It was to be a decent person and to be kind and help others. Man, did she ever live that.
Oh, did she ever? And she gave a lot of money to her home community in Tennessee. Like there was a time they were ravaged by fires, and it was said there she did give tens of millions of dollars. She was very much about giving to individuals. And she said, I'm not giving a hand out, I'm giving a hand up. Help to pull people out of their struggles and help them to have a better life. And also, remember, she gave $1 million to Vanderbilt University and had a big hand in the creation of the Moderna COVID vaccine.
That is correct.
They credited her with that.
She has saved many, many lives, and she will be dearly missed. I know that there have been statements by family members Was she? I believe she had been ill for some time. Is that correct?
She had been ill for some time, but she had kept it largely secret from the public. And it was only a minute before we went on the air, I got a bulletin on my phone saying that she had been fighting cancer.
That's correct.
They just revealed that.
Wow. So I think that's really says a lot about her that she had been. Do we know what kind of cancer it was?
No, they haven't revealed that yet. I'm sure it will all come out. I know there's going to be a special tonight on ABC. I think on West Coast time it comes on at 10 p.m.
And the Grand Ole Opry is probably going to have a special too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, did you hear? Normally, I do not agree with anything Donald Trump does, but today he ordered that all flags across the country be lowered at half-mast for 1 week in honor of Dolly Parton.
I agree with that.
Considering what she has done for the United States.
Exactly.
I love how conservatives try to claim her as their own, and she was a diehard liberal.
Well, Dolly was very careful not to reveal her politics. She was even asked about that in an interview, and she said, no, not going there because I'll end up alienating at least half of my fans. I'd rather keep that private to myself. But Whimsy, do we know that she was a liberal?
We know that her policies were extremely liberal, and she spoke very openly. Who are you to talk about what gay people should do? You're just some poor white person. She says, I know I'm white trash. I mean, like, she was happy to be white trash, but who am I, white trash, to go tell you who you should love?
I always loved how she told one of her earliest idols was the town whore, who would go around all made up and the hair all done and everything. And she said she actually patterned her look after that. She thought it was beautiful. And she once said, you wouldn't believe how expensive it is to look this cheap.
Oh my God, that's hysterically funny.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. And
that's Dolly.
But in a way, I mean, she jokes about being the town slut, but the truth of the matter is she did cover everything. I mean, she looks sexy, but compared to what women wear today, do you really think she's immodest? Those are long sleeves. She's got a full-length dress on. It was more the joke than anything else.
I know. She was in on her own joke.
I'm representing the Parton and Owens family today, announcing the passing of my Aunt Dolly, Rebecca Parton Dean, sister, sis, Aunt Granny to one generation and Gigi to the next. This video announcement is something Dolly asked of me years ago, before I fully absorbed it as a future reality. As her head of security for more than 2 decades, a role my father Larry held before me, I have imagined the heaviness of this moment, but haven't truly felt it until now. It is an honor that is mixed with absolute pride and great sadness. But sadness lies with us, not with Dolly. Dolly has lived in the light and is in the arms of Jesus, surely met by Carl, her parents, and countless others who have watched her and longed for her to meet them in the heavens. I first went on the road with Dolly as a kid, getting a taste of the road life in the early 1980s. Dolly opened doors not just for me, but for her entire family to reach the potential we didn't even know was possible. Dolly also opened doors for generations of singers, songwriters, musicians, and dreamers from every walk of life and across every continent. By her example, we believed that anything was possible. She never saw a door she couldn't open, and the doors she opened made and changed history. My family and I have shared a lifetime of beautiful memories with Dolly, but so have you. She has always been on your television, your record player, your CD, and on your phone playlist, becoming an extended part of your family, whether you liked it or not. Our family and the team she has entrusted with her legacy will work diligently to ensure her spirit will live with us forever. Dolly was a farmer, just like her daddy. He farmed the soil. She farmed songs and happiness. Dolly called me and said she wants to rest in a beautiful bed of plush cotton because after a life wearing heavy rhinestones, she finally deserves to be comfortable and have some rest. Rest in peace, Aunt Dolly, Aunt Granny, Gigi. May God bless Dolly Parton, and may God bless you all. She will always love you.
That's how I found out about her death this morning. That video appeared like 6 minutes after her death on Facebook. Yeah. And many people at first thought it was a hoax. Like, is this AI or something? It can't be. It can't be Dolly. And then all the other news bulletins started coming in on my phone. And
Are we
Pittsburgh.
talking about a state funeral at this point?
Well, I don't think you can give a state funeral to a private figure, can you?
We have in the past.
Oh, we have.
If somebody is, did she receive any medals?
Well,
Medal
I
of Freedom
know.
or anything
I
like
think
that?
she was given the Medal of Freedom. I think
I
she
think so
was.
too.
And of course, she was given
There
the
are some-
Kennedy Center honor. And,
Yeah, there are some
Yeah.
civilians where they have done that, where they have
Yeah,
made
I mean,
special efforts.
I think it's fairly unprecedented to lower the flags at half mast for an
Yeah.
entertainer. I was trying to think of another example of that ever happening.
Well, if
Maybe
they
it has,
bring
but-
her, it could be that when they bring her home, it could be a farewell tour, and she could rest partially at a location where people
Possibly.
they could open up an area for people to grieve, possibly in DC. They've done that with
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other people, but there are a few philanthropists and great people that they've done that as they do their farewell. I think they may have done something like that for Elvis, didn't they? They did some kind of a
Yeah, but I think
ceremony.
Dolly left.
I think what's going to end up happening is that they're going to, all the artists, all music genres,
Yeah.
are going to get together at her funeral
Well,
and all sing together.
Yeah, I was just going to say Dolly left very specific instructions. She wanted a strictly private family funeral.
Yeah, that's
Very
completely
low-key.
okay. Yeah, but
So maybe
I
a
mean,
memorial service.
Elvis and other people may have had private ceremonies, but you do have, with these types of famous people, you do have a final farewell tour.
Oh yeah, I think there may be
where
big
the
memorial
train
services.
could stop at each location to say goodbye to Elvis, or there could be something like a rotunda showing for the general public before the private burial.
Yeah.
And I think we could be seeing something like that because, there's a lot of people that want to say goodbye.
My immediate thought, this is almost on par with Princess Diana, the outpouring of love from people, all of the flowers. I understand already in downtown Hollywood on the Walk of Fame, the flowers are just mounting up on that star right now. There's such an outpouring of love from people. And she deserved it.
She absolutely
everybody
did.
earned.
Yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, we're sad about her, but you can't help but smile and have your heart warmed when you read the stories of all the good things she did.
Oh,
And if she had had
Legacy
another
left.
20 years, she would have done 20 years more of great service to the world.
And do you know all the money she made off of Whitney Houston's cover of I Will Always Love You? Because I think she made something like $10-15 million off of that. She donated that to refurbish a Black community in Nashville and make it more of a business center and create jobs for the community. She reinvested it.
Great
into the
woman.
people. Great
What a
woman.
Great woman.
Oh yeah, I think
With a
she was
very
once-
simple interpretation of Christianity too, like that. Just do what Jesus would do. What would Jesus do in this situation? Like she had a very simple, almost like a child's innocence of what it was to be a follower of Christ. And I think a lot of people have really lost their way. But it's just do as much good for as many people as possible. That's a real simple faith.
She was asked, are you jealous of Whitney Houston for making your song more successful with her than you? And she said, oh hell no. Look at all the money I've made off of it. And look how I've been able to give that back. She said, I am so grateful to Whitney Houston. You know,
and she
just had a
teaches
gracious
us,
heart.
and she teaches us to leave a legacy. To leave a legacy, one person can change the world. One person can save a life, and to save one life is to save the world entire. She inspires all of us to be our best selves.
And look where she came from. A family of 12 living in a one-room cabin in the Smoky Mountains. They were so poor that when she was born, her father had to pay the doctor with a bag of oatmeal. He didn't have any money. That's how humble her beginnings were. And of course, that spawned her famous song, Coat of Many Colors, because they were so poor, her mother had to make a coat out of scraps of old fabric.
And those are the best ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those dresses that were made from flour sacks. She talked about that too, being a flour sack kid. You know, there's pictures of her when she was younger in those flour sacks. You guys know about the flour sacks?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The flower companies used to actually print patterns on their bags because they knew people were using those to make clothing.
Yeah, I think that those early pictures of her are in her flour sack dresses. And
Love to see them.
yeah, I'm going to try and find them. She doesn't have a lot of money pictures because they did not have a lot of money. But
No.
yeah, young Dolly Parton with her sisters in Tennessee. They were all going to church in their flower shirts. And I just think that's lovely. I just think, yeah, I do have some pictures.
Well, it's just like with the quilts.
Oh,
The quilts,
Yeah.
same thing. You know, pieces
these
of
are
this,
made from
and
flour
pieces of
sacks.
that.
Memory quilts. Yeah.
yeah. These dresses
Yeah.
were made from the sacks of flowers.
Isn't that
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, but you know, they're pretty. Her mama made this dress. Her
Yes.
mama made her own dress. All these children are in flour
Mhm.
sack.
Yes.
And she talked about it. And
More
there
than
was,
talked about it, wrote one of the most famous songs ever.
you know, I don't think it's anything to be humiliated about.
No.
You know, I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful to
Yeah.
come from such. That's actually a cute dress.
Yeah.
But
Well, those humble beginnings served her entire life.
I think
she never
what's
lost that.
right. I think it's sad though that we have forgotten a lot of these skills too. Like here she is again in a flour sack. We've lost the ability to do this stuff. We've lost the ability to make those things too. The other thing that I think is so cool is that people survived with so little, and yet they made pretty clothing. Their kids were clean and well fed.
And they were happy.
There's nothing wrong with oatmeal for breakfast and an egg from one of the
Yeah.
chickens. That's completely nutritious food, and some greens from the garden.
I
Dolly
remember
said they had
having
a-
corn mush. You ever had
Mhm.
corn mush?
I love corn mush.
Yeah.
I love corn mush.
Yeah.
Corn mush. And my mother had a garden every year. We had corn mush because we grew up poor. My mother made clothing. She could crochet, she could knit, and she could sew. She could can. So we always had food. We would just open
Sure.
up a can of whatever it was that she had made. And
Yeah.
I'm amazed at the skills she had that are,
Well-
we're losing all those skills.
Mountain people are traditionally very resourceful and very practical, and grow their own food, make their own clothing. Every day is survival, so it becomes a way of life for them, and they just accept it. Dolly always said her childhood was a happy one, even though it was
That's
12
right.
kids in one little cabin. And that cabin, she had it moved to Dollywood. Did you see it when you were there, Joel?
I didn't see it. My
Yeah,
parents
it's there.
saw it. It's there.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
mom
beautiful.
and dad were talking about that
Yeah.
back in the
You know,
80s.
If I may say this quickly, her big cause for children was the Imagination Library, which put books into the hands of young children all over the world. As I said, it was estimated about 330 million books have been distributed thus far. And it was on her website that in lieu of flowers, she would love to have had donations made to the Imagination Library. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Oh, wow. That
Great way to
sounds
honor
like her.
Dolly. Yeah, great way.
And it's interesting that her father could not read.
Yeah.
What's amazing is how far we have come from the days of our parents. If you're a baby boomer like we are,
Mhm.
our parents grew up in World War II, and before World War II, even in the 1920s and 30s, they believed
Sure.
in eugenics. They believed in that there were distinct races and that some races are more superior. All that crazy.
And classes.
They forcibly sterilized 1 million Americans. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Forced sterilization. So we have come a long way from the times that Dolly Parton was in. Boy, that's for sure. Chuck, would you be so kind to turn the camera around and go ahead and say
Yeah.
hi to all of our guests?
I
We have
would
quite a few
love
people here.
to.
We have about 150 on YouTube, and we've got, I
We're
think,
happy to have
maybe
you today.
maybe
We're
100 on
very
all the
excited
others. as
To
well.
have you here. I just want to say quickly a quote from Dolly Parton. If you see someone without a smile, give them one of yours.
There you go.
I thought that was
that's
sweet.
lovely.
Isn't that? So anyway, of course, we have our wonderful Joel Tilson here. Hi, Joel. But let me
Hi,
scroll
Joel.
down here and
Hi.
get to Gigi Pardo Lord. You're almost always one of the first people on here. Always happy to have you. Nancy Potter Johnson. We have the Sybil 5D, Deb-P9J, Jack Ling 2656. Rockin' Pony Lady,
Welcome.
Claudia Garrett, I hope I said that right.
Great.
Claudia Garrett, 4183. Maria Chapman, Never Too Late to Dream. Boy, do I agree with that one. Yeah. Tennis Sufanga, 1513. Holly, 5952. I can't remember. Did I say Tarot by Sharona?
I don't think you did.
I don't think I did. Shanty Rose, 222. Kimberly Bly Fitpold. We have a lot of people here today. AMC 7285. Purple Alegria. Say that right? Purple Alegria 7. Rita Biz. Doris Lincoln, 2735. Angelina Degato, -Y7. A lot of people here. GM22-G7M. Let's see here. Denise Raposa, 1809. I feel like we're just surrounded with friends here.
Wow. Well, we will continue to say hi to people as we go along. And of course, we are very, very grateful to everybody that has decided to join us today. And we're going to go into the next lead story. Rather disturbing news out of DC. And we decided that we would go ahead and take a look at that. I'm going to go ahead and have Joel Tilson kind of debrief us on this. I'm a little confused about everything that's going on. We have spoken to people about the fact that it is public information that the West has been actively attempting to take out Putin. But what's the latest coming out of Russia? Can you talk about that, Joel?
Well, the CIA director today was in Moscow, and he was in the Putin's office for just a few minutes. And he left, and he came right back out minutes later.
Really?
You know, with a stern look on his face.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
I understand it was a surprise visit, wasn't it, Joel?
Yes. Yeah. Something's going on that we don't know about. And I mean, it's kept secret. But I got a feeling that the CIA director gave a message to Putin today to warn him about the consequences of doing anything drastic to Ukraine or NATO. Mm-hmm. Because right now, Russia is just getting pummeled. I mean, all over their continent. I mean, it's just being pummeled by Ukraine and all these different weapons that are going off.
Yeah. Even
these new weapons that Ukraine is coming up with is just devastating the Wildberry factories. And I'm talking about defense factories. And I mean, you name it, even a Chinese-Russian gas factory was destroyed today in the eastern part of Russia. I mean, we're talking about 1,000 kilometers away.
Yeah.
So what's happening, Joel? What's happening? Are they taking Putin out? Are they giving him one? If you're looking at just the phases, it seems to me like they're telling him either leave or we're going to take you out. Man.
That's what I kind of think that's what's going on.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Is this how phase 4 happens? Leave, or we will we know how to find you, and you are gone if you don't go. Mm-hmm. Joel,
you know, one of these mornings, we're going to find out that a missile or some team will go in and get rid of Putin.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody's got to do something because he's going to do something stupid. Yeah. I really think so.
Joe, do you think Putin could even be electronically tagged in some way? are being
Yes.
monitored, where
I think
like
so.
a GPS knows exactly where he
Yes.
is at any
I
time.
think
Yeah,
so.
I think
I
the
think-
Israelis did that years ago.
yeah.
I think the Israelis are so embedded in Putin. We will be your friend so long as you are our friend. And then after October 7th, they decided to take him out.
Hmm.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if the Mossad has agents already in Russia
Hmm.
ready
Of
to strike.
course. We have Russians working in the FSB that are Mossad.
Yeah. This could be part of what you said about the tweezers.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Strategically
tweezers.
going in tweezers. But, you know, if this doesn't work, like we've talked about on several shows now, I think it's just going to be the people uprising. Once they can't get food, they can't get heating fuel in the winter, they can't run their tractors to harvest their fields. There's going to be massive uprising.
Did you see all the Russians fleeing, going to border checkpoints, all in Georgia
No.
and Kazakhstan and all the other places, Finland? There's millions of
Yeah.
Russians leaving right now, and they're lined up in their cars, and a lot of them are just giving up their cars,
Wow.
taking whatever they can carry and going to the border
Oh my
to
God.
get in line to get the hell out of Russia.
And when did this start to happen? Like
Last week.
Oops, I'm trying to turn this down. It looks to me like,
They know what's going on.
they can't continue to hold people hostage. They are running to Georgia, but the Georgians don't want them.
It is crazy. It is.
I know that you're not the psychic on the show, but you've got good gut instincts.
Mhm, we do.
I got a feeling that something's going to happen.
Mhm.
Do you think Putin can survive to winter at this point?
I don't see how you can survive, period.
I don't either.
Do you think that Trump changed sides when he saw the Oasis new trade route and he knew that?
Yeah.
Can you
Yes.
talk about that? Because that's what it feels like to me.
Ukraine has got the upper hand on everything right now. And then plus the Middle East with Iran. People are reporting that Iran is holding firm and all that. They're not. They're not holding firm at all. It's all tearing apart inside the country. They're talking about water shortages all throughout Iran right now because they don't have the fuel to keep the water pumps going in
Water
Iran
pump.
right now.
Well, haven't also water plants been just destroyed altogether?
Yes,
Yeah.
Really?
the infrastructure of Iran is just
Yeah.
slowly but surely being
In shambles.
decimated. It's
Yeah.
in shambles right now.
So
I
what
know.
do you mean? I didn't know about this water thing. What do you mean the water
You've
thing?
got to have pumps to pump the
Mhm.
water out of
Sure.
those storage tanks
Yeah.
deep below the ground.
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, the people are not going to have water.
Yeah.
I don't
Or
see
even
how they're
knocking
going
out-
to survive.
Even
Yeah.
knocking out the computer grids that operate those water pumps can be
The
enough to
Power
stop.
plants. We're talking
Yeah,
about
power plants, also everything. Oh yeah, you can paralyze a nation very quickly by knocking those things
Absolutely.
out. Just knocking out their internet.
Yeah. That's
So,
too.
but that's bad if the people can't get water.
Oh,
If they can't get
catastrophic.
water, how are they going to survive?
You know,
Talk to me about the Strait of Hormuz. According to a fact check I did, they have been extorting money from people for decades, holding and also stealing boats and everything else. The Strait of Hormuz is international waters. It is not owned by Iran. Do you think the average
It's not.
American thinks that the Strait of Hormuz is owned by Iran?
No.
Yes, I think
If
the average
they-
American does.
The average American, no, they're not going to know about it, but they're going to think that Iran's a strait, but it's not. It's international waters.
So what was basically happening, for people that don't know what was happening, is that Iran, which is the number one sponsor for state terrorism, which has been holding you hostage and the rest of us, which is why it takes an hour to get through security at the airport, all of that is being traced back to these countries that prop up terrorism. And the other thing that they were doing is that they were going into international waters in the Strait of Hormuz, and they were manipulating and controlling international trade routes. And they were also taking money from various different operations, and they were using it to prop up terror organizations like Hezbollah, Hamas, Islamic Jihad. And it got to a point where eventually the West came to the difficult decision that we are going to have to remove the stain, as they say, remove the cause of all these problems, because it was escalating. We could have sat and waited until there was a first strike, but people interpreted October 7th as a first strike. Can you talk a little bit about that, Joel?
47 years this has been going on, since 1979, when the first Ayatollah went in, Khomeini.
Right.
They've been sponsoring every organization that goes after us. And we're talking about 9/11, the Afghans. They've been supporting the Afghans, killing our soldiers in 2000, from 2001 until we got out, 2022? I think 21 or 21.
Well, it was done by Biden.
Or no, in 2025
Yeah.
when we got out.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we are going to go ahead and bring in the Empath's prayer. Thank you all for being kind enough to spend your happy hour with us. Open up a bottle of beer, a Corona, or a margarita. This is Taco Tuesdays. It is Remote Views Tuesday.
All I have is water.
It is the Remote Really? Not even a latte. It is the Remote Views Tuesday show. So get the drink of your choice. We're going to go ahead and bring in the Empath's prayer in just a second. We'll go ahead and give you guys a chance to put your names in. If you would like to receive a healing at this time, go ahead and give us your name or the name of a person you want us to pray for, and we will pray for them as we bring in the Empath's prayer. While they're doing that, Joel, one more quick question about this situation in Moscow. Do you have any predictions about how long this is going to go on? Excuse me.
If it lasts through winter, I'll be shocked. I think we're going to have a resolution before winter. I really think so.
Oh, I think so too.
Do you think Putin is going to just retire and go live in Siberia?
No.
Then they're going to kill him.
They're going to have to kill him.
I think
Sorry
for the longest time.
Say that, folks, but that's what I see.
Yeah, for the longest time, we were predicting that he would just be exiled to Siberia in some nice palace or something, but I agree. It's looking more and more like this is the inevitable conclusion.
Jeez.
We've been getting that in our readings. We've been very careful in our language, but we've been getting it.
Yeah, it's pretty
pathetic. You don't want to wish death on anybody, but
no, of course not.
Of course not.
No, of course we don't. But at the same time, currently, if we're looking at the most evil man alive, I asked Grok to tell me, Grok, who's the most evil man alive based on just the amount of suffering in the world, people who have died, etc. And they said, oh, Putin.
Of course.
Did it have any runner-ups?
I think runner-up was North Korea.
Yeah.
Really?
And Iran, or Ayatollah in Iran, probably. Ayatollah and North Korea.
I really think that the Ayatollah now in Iran is gone. I don't think he's around.
You mean
his son?
Mustabi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he's around.
No. The guy had the president or whoever. I met him in a limo, and I met with somebody, and then they asked him, well, there's rumors that he's dead or dying. Oh, well, I met with somebody in the limo.
Oh, right.
Man. He changed his tune, right? What can you do? All right, let's bring it up. Let's bring it home. We're going to bring in the empath prayer. Okay. I want to call on white light protection for myself and this community as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic record. We call our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Please give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, the planet, people we love, but also to help those that we may have strife with. And together collectively as a community, we say Amen.
Amen.
And for those people who are requesting healings today, come together at this time and we pray. We pray that you and those you love receive a perfect healing in mind, body, and in spirit. And together again, collectively as a community, we say Amen, Amen, Amen. Amen.
Amen.
May all souls
be healed.
Be healed. Oh, I felt some good energy come out of my hand there. That's nice.
I did feel good energy. Yeah.
Good energy.
Okay, from our Joel Tilson, Ukraine is destroying Russia's warships day by day. Will Putin strike Ukraine with nuclear weapons? Oh, God.
That would take out Russia, wouldn't it? Because of the way the wind blows?
Mm-hmm.
The way he's feeling right now, I think he's capable of doing anything.
Well, he's desperate.
Isn't that why?
So frightening.
Isn't that why Grok said that Phase 4 had to happen first for that reason?
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Because of the nuclear threat?
Yeah.
I mean, that was how, I don't know. But it seemed to me like, excuse me, the way that, you guys need to see it again? Hold on. Sorry, I'm still getting over this post-nasal drip.
Okay.
It's coming from my nose.
Yeah.
Just open it up again for people.
Sure.
Joel, this is the way the computer predicted it would go down. I don't know about the order. It feels to me that the artificial intelligence predicted the situation we're in right now, you guys. Yeah. This was 3 years ago in 2023. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was 2023. The calculations came in. Sorry. Joel, could you please talk to people about the order and why you think the computer fell on the order in the, and also this is the same order as Biden and the State Department, by the way.
Mm-hmm. It's the most logical way to do this. You have to have ceasefire for sure.
Yeah,
that's that was in Gaza. That was the ceasefire
right.
in Gaza. Okay,
that was in Gaza.
Yeah.
And
so
the hostages were exchanged.
Yeah.
And then the only thing that hasn't happened yet on Phase 2 is Hamas hasn't left yet.
They did get a host country.
Did get a host country, but have they left yet? And the answer is no, they haven't left yet. I don't know what they're waiting on. And then the protocol of the Oasis in Phase 3, using the social media to gain support, is, I don't know. I just don't understand why they don't try to let the media grab a hold of this and try to get more support, because it makes sense.
Because they're getting because we're getting propaganda and pushback from the yes. Mm-hmm. They're calling it a concentration camp.
Yeah,
it's not.
Even elements of drama to play on emotions, and this, of course, is completely devoid of any emotion.
You get Hamas out of there, and you're going to see a lot of changes, big changes in Gaza.
Yeah.
And as far as Putin being arrested, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't think he's going to get arrested.
Right. But this was back in 2023. I saw that also. I forgot about this part where it said, and tried in The Hague.
No.
Well, he already has been tried in The Hague, hasn't he? In
Yeah,
absence.
But we haven't had a
Extension.
trial. We haven't had a hit.
I thought he was
charged.
actually found. Oh, I thought he
Well,
was
they have
found
a
guilty.
warrant. They have a
No,
warrant.
I don't think
for
we've
his
had a
arrest.
trial yet.
Oh, okay.
I think there's a warrant out for him
Yeah.
now.
The
Yeah.
phase 4 was adopted. All 4 phases were adopted by Joe Biden.
Right.
Yeah.
And then as far as the Iranian leadership, that's ongoing with the war right now. And, how long that's going to take, who knows? I mean, this might go on until January for what I'm hearing, and also the trying to get everything together. It looks like it's going to probably be December or January.
Yeah. But that's still going to be the dead of winter.
But
Yeah.
it's different in the Middle East, though. How warm is it in the Middle East in the wintertime?
It's the same as Southern California.
Oh,
Okay. So it doesn't really, so winter doesn't
You're right.
really
It's not
have
going
an
to matter
effect.
so much. Yeah. I was thinking more of the Russian people, the winters.
Right. The winter's going to be bad for Russia.
Because it's
and
definitely going to
Ukraine.
incite revolt if something
Of
isn't done
course.
by then. People, no
Especially-
food, no heating fuel.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
going to be catastrophic.
People are worried about the Abraham Accords and the rebuilding the Oasis Protocol. The leak is that they don't like the communication happening between Turkey, Russia, and Mohammed bin Salman. And Mohammed bin Salman has not signed up for the Abraham Accords, and people feel like he's playing both sides.
He is.
Well,
He
that's
is
scary
playing both
because
sides.
we don't need an. Come on, man, it's over.
Mhm.
We're gonna get our freaking trade route, baby.
Mhm.
I
So
mean, I
what's
hate to
gonna-
be rude, but we're gonna freaking take that damn trade route.
So what do you think is going to happen to the Syrian president that they have now?
I think that if they're smart, they will understand that we have a $350 billion trade route and that we will I understand human nature. Yes, having oil makes you powerful,
Oh, yeah.
but
Yeah.
the most powerful thing is to control the trade routes.
Sure.
And the oligarchs
All about the
want
trade.
they want this. This is Elon's baby. This is Jeff Bezos.
Mhm.
I really think there's going to be a number of factories and trade, what he called free trade zones in Gaza.
Mhm.
Well, we would like to happily announce that 10,000 children have, in fact, entered the Oasis. Israel announces the unraveling of the pilot program for re-education, food, housing, and security. The Oasis has started. The Al-Mawasi refugee camp has now been taken in as part of that Oasis program, and 10,000 children's lives have been saved.
Wonderful.
So,
Yes.
we
Very
want to
good.
thank everybody who's working at the ground level to make Oasis happen. And let's talk a little bit about this. The Israeli aid group that announces a new medical clinic that will be treating 10,000 children in Gaza's refugee camp. It's set to open September 1st in a crowded Al-Mawasa facility. The Oasis will provide vaccinations, consultations, rehab for children with disabilities, education services with an anti-hate messaging. The Israeli humanitarian organization Natan Worldwide Disaster Relief is organizing the Oasis, and they'll also be starting something called the Mega Academy of the Gaza Children's Village. And again, we are very appreciative to see the birth of that Oasis zone. Are you optimistic?
I am.
Yeah. Very good energy around it.
Mm-hmm.
Very positive.
All right. Well, without further ado, if we get the order, we will blitz away.
Okay.
All right. So, Chuck, what's this
Yes.
latest one we've got here?
Well, I'm waiting for another comment to come up here. We still have the same one up here. Oh, here we go. Why is Trump making a tariff war with Canada? That's certainly a good question. And I saw that it's going to be something like $20 billion worth of tariffs. Is that correct?
That's what he wants.
and it's going to affect over 700 items that we commonly use, and Canada is going to be retaliating right back, measure for measure.
It's stupid.
Well, I feel as Trump that I am deeply hurt by Canada. Canada's the cool kids, and they're making fun of me, and they're hurting my feelings. And so out of revenge, I'm hitting them with tariffs.
Yeah.
Because they hurt my feelings.
Well, and what's stupid about it is
you
you
go?
got the elections coming up in November. And all these border states like Washington.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont. I mean, Michigan, Ohio. I mean, all these states that border Canada are going to, it's going to hurt their business too.
I saw something on the news that Canada may specifically target red states, Trump supporting states. I don't know if that's true or not, but I just checked my figures here. It will affect over 700 U.S. products. It is a potential $20 billion worth of American goods. And it's going to take,
Something is setting me off.
And this is going to take effect September 8th. And Canada's already talking about retaliation measure for measure for measure.
It's over in 3 months when the Democrats take control. And they're going to take both 51% chance holding now that Democrats will take House and Senate.
God,
Judgment falls with Canada. Smooth waters with trade. 3 months.
Okay.
We'll take a leap of faith. By the way, Trump is extremely angry about this. I'll tell you something right now. The Democrats are taking control of this. Look at Oshun coming into position. Angry women. Look at this. New jobs and new contracts, open trade with Canada. 3 months is what we're being told. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at how much wealth we have. This is a vital trade route between the U.S. and Canada, multiple trade routes. This is absolutely insane. A new beginning starting with Canada. Yeah, I think this is all over in 3 months.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you. I got the balance card. This is all going to be balanced out through legislation. The Democrats in power. Yeah, because I'm also there's massive public discontent over this, over all the loss, and there will be a death to this. It's going to be ended.
Yeah. 3 months, you guys. And it feels to me also like Trump is just completely hamstrung by January. And isn't it okay? I mean, he look, you guys, come on, man. He's
going to have a health event.
You guys heard about.
We're watching it happen.
You guys know about my public fight with Elon Musk when he endorsed Trump and gave Trump the Oasis. I had public. There's what a. What?
You're so.
You're breaking up.
I'm breaking up.
Yeah,
well, now you're not.
Up.
You were.
Sorry.
We couldn't hear what you were saying before.
All right. Sorry about that. Yeah. Because I was doing this. But what was I going to say about this? I forgot. So Elon Musk, yes, he and I had a falling out when he gave the Anderson Oasis 1 protocol to Donald Trump. So it was a public argument, but not directly with each other. And his because I'm not important enough, even though I wrote this fucking thing, but I'm over it. That's not the point. The point is that the feeling was that he was going to get that rebuild and he was going to get that new trade route and he was going to do this thing and he was going to bring his Tesla in and he was going to bring his Loop into that trade route. And he couldn't do it under Biden. So he was going to bring Trump in and he was going to have this whole thing done in 4 or 5 years. We're going to get that new trade route in 4 years. I thought they were crazy. You can't do this. You can't take this trade route in 3 or 4 years. He said that if we had gone with Biden, it would have taken 20 if we were lucky. And so I took from those comments, not directly at me, but in general about this whole thing, that Trump is a tool. He's just a tool to make this happen.
Sure.
That they couldn't do that. That if they had gone with the Democrats, it would instead of it taking 3-4 years, it would have taken 20 years. Do you have any opinion about that, Joel? Do you think it's true? that they just went in and destroyed everything, and they felt like all those Democrats are going to sit around and they're going to have morality conversations, and we're going to sit around and talk about, get out of my damn way, I want my damn trade route. And he just plowed right through.
Right.
And that was why he put Trump in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Trump is nothing but like you said, a pawn or a tool or whatever you want to call him. A puppet.
We've called him a puppet many times, and when you said he's a tool, I thought, boy, that has double meaning. But
yeah,
exactly. So my point.
You mean.
Okay, so this is my point, because Joel is an expert on this stuff. So my feeling, Joel, is that tells me that, and also Elon is out of the politics game because he already got what he wanted. They know this is wrapping up by January. Do you see what I'm saying?
It's over with in January. All this garbage that's going on now, it all ends in January when the new Congress put in.
Right. I think that we're going to be done with all 5 phases by January, so they don't give a crap.
They don't.
Because it's already over.
My question is Trump going to last until January?
I don't think it matters anymore because they already got what they wanted.
Yeah.
It's like screaming about rape after he's already wiped it off and gotten in the car and left. Who cares? I already got what I wanted.
Right.
You know, I mean, and it has that aspect. They go in, you know, getting Biden to just agree to the first 3 phases. The State Department, the Pentagon, everybody everybody came up with the same data. The data is the data. The math is the math, folks. Yeah. And I don't understand why it should take 20 years when the math is the math. Like, the math is the math. We have to dismantle Iranian leadership, or we're looking at least amount of deaths calculated. We either do this or we're looking at nuclear war. We're looking at a major death. This was about a major event that could take 50 to 100,000 or more. They said this is what you have to do if you want to keep that from happening, because Hezbollah was going to drop those nukes. You know what I'm saying?
They would have.
Of course they would have. When we just recently with the International Atomic Agency was finding nuclear materials, this is why Grok said, and people want to argue with this. This is math. This is not politics.
They're too lazy to understand it.
This is why I have mixed. This is why I want to kill. This is why I don't want to kill anybody. I'm frustrated and angry at Elon for what he did. Mm-hmm. But I also know he had the math. And I just don't know how to reconcile that. Do you know what I'm saying, Joel? You make a chuck?
Yeah.
Like, why would the Democrats put us in that situation? I'm a Democrat. I don't understand. Like, why is that the case? Why would it have taken us 20? We're going to frickin' die in a nuclear, like, you better frickin' act. We're going to have to do this. We're going to have to take out.
Well, that's why you're going to have new leadership in 2028.
Oh, jeez. I hope so.
Oh, yeah.
And I hope to God that Schumer and Jeffries are both out, because they haven't proved any leadership at all to me. I don't know about you guys, but I just think that there's no leadership in the Democrats right now.
Well, we've been sensing strongly it's going to be a bright new force. Someone waiting in the wings.
Young blood.
Yeah, young blood. Someone charismatic, inventive, looks promising in that respect.
But we don't need pro-Iranian people in the Senate and Congress out of Michigan trying to block this trade route.
Or Minnesota.
That's what Iran is paying for with all these super PACs. Mm-hmm. It's to get people to hate Israel and to block. Ultimately, it's not even about hating Israel. It's about blocking this trade route. Mm-hmm. That's what I think. I think it's always been about that. It's about controlling trade, money, and profits. Mm-hmm. I learned so much from being the remote viewer and also because I did my dissertation on this. I feel he who controls the trade routes controls the world.
Mm-hmm. And another thing is, I will mention this, is that at one time, the United States had 600 destroyers. Did you know that?
No.
600 U.S. Navy destroyers and about 100 carriers that kept everything open. The trade routes all open throughout the world. And now we're down to 60 battleships and only about 12 or 13 carriers. Something's wrong with that. You can't control the seas.
Well, initially, Trump was helping give the trade route to Russia.
Yeah.
He was saying, okay, we're withdrawing Kurds. We're sending Americans out of Syria. We're withdrawing U.S. troops from northern Syria. You're leaving Lebanon. You're pulling out. I guess you're going to just be massacred by Turkey. Turkey's got to deal with Russia and Iran. They got a new trade route. Fuck you. Bye.
Yeah.
So Trump was helping this Russian trade route.
Genocide.
That's insane. And I think Elon had to talk to him. Mohammed bin Salman got interested in the Mohammed bin Salman. Now they're talking about expanding the trade route into the Donbass. They were going to have an oasis zone over there. I think somebody must have gotten into Putin's ear and said the time of Putin is gotten into Trump's head and said Putin is finished.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I think MBS probably talked to him too. Number of times.
Don't you think Kushner?
Of course.
Anybody that's obstructing that trade route has to go, because that's a 300. Well, if you're talking about a trade route that's worth, I'm sorry, Chuck, I think you wanted to say something.
Oh, no, it's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're talking about a trade route that's worth $350 billion, once you prove to people that, see, I don't think anybody had actually done the calculations and said, it's a closed system. It was all very abstract. And I think what happened with the Oasis, particularly the Oasis with GOA, the Global Oasis Alliance, I think what happened when this was one of the white papers that I produced that got published and got re-released to, well, everybody got a copy. Everybody in power got a copy of this crap. Just the hard Grok gave the hard data to everybody. And so as a consequence of that, they started looking at these numbers. Look at these fucking numbers. You have a drop in terror by 90 to 95% because Iran doesn't exist anymore. It's not fueling it. Not only that, but you've opened up the straits and you've created a new trade route, and now you're taking in $350 billion in profits. And so what started to happen is that an alliance started to form between United Nations and Abraham Accords, and then people started finding out about it because everybody got copies, and then you saw they pushed to have Trump in the White House because they wanted he who controls the trade routes controls the world. You can be sure that Jeff Bezos is interested in trade routes. Right? He wants to get his products out. He wants to control the trains, keep the trains moving. So, sure enough, Sir Richard Branson got involved. He got copies of the Oasis. Bill and Melinda Gates, Mackenzie Scott got involved. Jeff Bezos. A lot of these people showed up. They showed up at the party, right? At the correspondence party. Do you guys remember that?
Reminding what we said about Carnegie the other day. Keep the trains moving.
Yeah.
You gotta keep it moving.
Well, isn't that? Well, he said it was 3 stools, right? And so, but I don't think that people understood that that it was going to get to this point, or that I think they had kind of an esoteric idea. Like, I don't think that they had a true understanding. And then what happened was that Elon got bought and sold. Elon saw the numbers and he said, I want this trade route. And then what do you think that Elon did after that? What did Elon do after he saw $350 billion in trade?
He was ready.
Who do we see here?
He was
ready to deal.
Schmoozing up.
Who do we see? We see to the left Zuckerberg. We see Bezos. We see Trump and a bunch of other people, RFK Jr. Every single person there was in agreement They all signed they were all in quest of the Holy Grail. They were all going to get that trade route. They were all going to join Oasis, and they all had one thing in common. And what was that? They all agreed that they were going to take out Hamas.
No other choice.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
He who controls the trade controls the world.
Mm-hmm. Putin has issued a warning to all companies that if they can't protect their buildings, they will be seized by the government.
I saw that today.
Really?
What the fuck?
Tell us, Joel. I didn't see that myself. You get
He's
some good sources.
he's telling all these companies, including Wildberries, if they can't protect their buildings or facilities, he's going to seize them all.
Oh.
What's next after that? he might seize all the assets from the banks. And boy, that's going to be interesting.
Well, yeah. As we said, he's already taking money from the churches.
Can you talk about all these people he's assassinating and arresting? Is he just arresting
17 generals today?
Yes, because they are having a coup to take him out, so he arrested them.
Right. Yeah, he's seeing everybody as a threat right now,
Mm-hmm.
and his paranoia is just driving him crazy.
Yeah. Do you think a lot of that is drug fueled, the paranoia,
Yes.
or it's just his nature anyway?
Well, absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Get him into rehab. He's like a dried up old freaking heroin
I
addict.
think he's
he's
beyond Betty Ford. You know.
Do you know what they said? They said that back when he was in East Berlin, you know how much they got paid? $200 a month.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and a studio apartment. So they started getting involved in the black market. But you know what he was shooting?
They're heroin.
Yeah.
No, but they were crushing amphetamines, the dirty speedballs that the East Berlin soldiers got addicted to. They were taking
was this like
the
crystal meth?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it. Yeah.
And but I think a speedball, they were crushing the amphetamines and cooking it with heroin and shooting it up because they were doing.
I was just going to say shooting it up right into the bloodstream.
Well, they had to stay for 20 hours. How long were they stuck having to guard? They were doing 16-hour shifts and crap.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I've heard of people actually injecting it into their necks.
Jeez.
To get the maximum results from it. I know, it's terrifying.
That's sick.
Yeah. So
of course it is.
So what the rumor is that he began to be part of the black market distribution when they were trying to get it into West Europe, right?
Yeah.
And so what happened was that they say he was taking it off the top, but what they were doing to help the soldiers stay awake is they were doping the soldiers. That's what happened. And they were giving them amphetamines, and they were purchasing them, cheap amphetamines, like it was like pennies to keep your soldiers awake. So what he did was he started taking a little bit off the top.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like in World War II when the Nazis were on amphetamines, and they were just passing it out like candy to
commonly
everybody.
Done in the movie studios in Hollywood. Get the most work out of people like Judy Garland, Mickey Rooney. Work them 16 to 18 hours a day. Amphetamines and things like crystal meth are, as you said, are very cheap. Very cheap.
Look at his eyes.
Look
at Putin's eyes in this picture here.
Yeah.
This is the
Could you zoom in on that, Whimsy? His face, his eyes.
I could probably, but the pinpoint eye thing is something that people close to Putin have talked about. Is this idea that he had that, which I think is what Joel is referring to, is the black
dead eyes.
The black dead eyes, and unfortunately, that is what'll happen with heroin. I mean, it's just really horrific to see. I mean, it disturbs me just to look at pictures of this guy, to be honest with you, but that is precisely what you'll see, is that depressed kind of black dead look that you get with heroin. But that's kind of sad. So the other thing you see when you look at his picture, it's not just that this guy has those small pupils where it just looks like one black eye, which is what you'll see with heroin, which I think what you're talking about, right? Yeah. Look at his pupil.
Does it causes
Can
extreme
you fucking
dilation?
believe that? Yeah, look at that.
Like an owl.
Look at that. That's heroin. Those are heroin pupils. I mean, jeez, I don't even know what to say. I think it's horrible. I think it's tragic. I think, look at how depressed he is too.
Sure.
I don't want to be here.
I mean, this guy looks like his soul is dead. You know what I'm saying? Here he is.
I was just going to say that. Looks like he has no soul.
Look at how pretty his eyes were before heroin. This is him before heroin. He has some nice eyes. You can see the pupil. You can see the iris.
Sure.
And here he is after heroin. Look at the difference. Look at that. Look at this.
Lost the soul.
Look at this.
Yeah, I see no soul there. He looks like somebody
With all
who
of his
doesn't give
thuggy friends that he's like handing out
Looks like-
black tar.
He doesn't look like he gives a damn about any aspect of humanity. Like he'd just like to kill everyone.
Well, that's the other thing with these amphetamines. You know, when you start mixing, it looks like he was a thug back then too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my. Yeah.
Not happy.
But this is right.
No.
But towards the end
No.
is when he really starts to, I mean, how much was he shooting up? But even here, he looks like he's doped. I mean, I just, in a way, I kind of feel sorry for him because it sounds like he had a really horrible life.
Well, yes. But it just
But
makes
that's
him
a terrible
very
thing. Well, don't you think that, you have all this black tar heroin, like Joel was saying, it's coming out of Afghanistan, was part of the Afghanistan trade route, and they're flooding it into West Berlin, and they're making money from this crap, and it was probably his first business. But at the same time, whether it's U.S. service people or it's Russian service people, we see a lot of drug use in soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Vietnam was bad too.
Oh, yeah. Well, I saw that when I used to work in Brentwood across the street from the Veterans Administration, and I'd see so many veterans just helpless because their brains were fried from all the drugs they'd been doing. They were just helpless.
But they don't have control of nuclear weapons, and they're not arresting a bunch of generals, and they're not kidnapping 250,000 children. And
that's what I was saying. Putin's, by contrast, is extremely dangerous to be in that kind of position.
This is what we would call codependent, comorbidity, when you're a malignant narcissist with a drug problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very dangerous combination. They will self-medicate with street drugs.
Sure.
Crazy.
Why am I thinking of Trump? The parallels.
Oh, yeah, same thing. Yes, thank you for that.
I forgot to ask you guys today. Do you think that President Xi of China will step down in October when they had their big meeting?
No.
You don't think so?
Don't you think he's too power hungry for that?
I don't know. He might be fired.
He's paranoid. Look what happened to his father.
True.
Yeah.
I would never give up power if I had his history.
I know.
I would need to have maximum control.
Well, Joel, do you think China is going to be thrown further into the war because of their dependence on Iranian oil? They got some tough decisions to make.
They're getting their oil, a lot of their oil from us right now.
Oh, they are.
They are. They can't get it from
I had
Russia.
read they were very dependent on Iran.
Well, and plus their route from Iran has been cut off too.
Yeah, all the trade routes were cut.
They're all cut. And right now they're banking on the Russia building that pipeline to go from Russia to the eastern part of Russia inside China with oil and gas.
Well, there's so much oil in Russia, but they just don't have the means to really excavate it out of the ground. They don't have the facilities and they don't have the money.
They don't.
Yeah. It's so ironic that they're sitting on all that wealth.
They got all that wealth in the ground, but that's where it stays.
In the ground.
And they can't pump it out because all these refineries have been knocked out.
Yeah.
Plus, all their infrastructure around it,
Mhm.
roads, bridges, everything are all being
Yeah.
knocked out because of Ukraine's
Yeah.
shadow missiles, they call it.
All that potential locked in the ground that could make Russia very powerful again. They have no way
Exactly.
to get it. Yeah. Oh, should I go to the next comment here?
Yes, please.
Election day in Georgia, South Carolina, Oklahoma, and Wyoming.
Interesting. I'm excited
yeah.
about Georgia and South Carolina. I don't hold out much hope for Oklahoma or Wyoming.
It's deep red out here. You can't believe how red it is out here.
Oh, I would believe
It's
it.
about 86 to 90%.
How do you live
red.
there? How do you live out there?
It's not that bad. People are nice, but it's just that they're so well. What makes Wyoming unique out here is that they have a lot of natural resources. We're talking about oil, natural gas,
Oh,
coal, and it actually funds the local and state government here. I mean, our tax rates actually went down.
oh wow.
Our property tax went down
Yeah.
about 25%
Yeah.
because of all the money they're taking in from all the resources in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Where's
Yeah.
Mitch?
Yeah. I was about to
Where's
read that.
Waldo?
Where's Waldo? Where's Mitch? Well,
Oh,
I mean,
my
the last we
God.
heard, he is in his home and the windows are all boarded shut and shades
His
are
old
down, curtains
Kentucky
are closed.
home.
Yeah, his old Kentucky home. And no one seems to be calling on to pay visits to old Mitch, like the governor of Kentucky himself. Why is he not calling on Mitch, knocking on his door? It's Whimsy, you theorized that he's in hospice care. Didn't you? You
Yeah,
still feel
he's
that?
probably gone home
Yeah, I
to
do
die. Yeah.
Probably so. Will Lindsey Graham's sister win in the primary runoff tonight?
Oh yes, I think so. Let's go ahead
Yeah, I
and throw.
think so too.
Absolutely. We're very happy with him. That's what the people are saying. He was loved by his constituents. Look at that.
Oh, sure he was.
Oh yeah. Oh
Two
yeah.
of Cups. So it's an emotional vote. In plain words, they're voting for policy and they are happy with the policies he pushed.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I would say yes.
Oh yeah. I almost had to chuckle when I got this card, family. How that jumped up, family, the community in support of this family member, and further beginnings, new beginnings. Yeah, I think it looks that way too.
You think?
From G. I'm sorry.
Do you think that we might hear something about him in the next week or so?
Hear what?
Oh,
About
an update on Mitch.
Mitch. Well, Whimsy, should we throw in that or look into it?
Yeah.
Or do you have just a hunch?
I just have a hunch that something's going to come up.
Something in the next week.
Yeah.
You're better
Go
at
ahead.
time frames than I am, Whimsy, with your cards.
If I
but
get a
let's see.
wand. Or maybe a pentacle.
God, the cards that come out for me. You know what? Why don't I just say the first card I got, Truth. Truth is coming out one way or the other. And old Mitch is fighting for survival right now. I didn't even pull further. But
He's
what you
not
Whimsy?
dead.
Yeah.
I don't think he's dead, but he could be brain dead because he's got this
Yeah.
moon, lunacy, and
Mhm.
Seven of Cups, which is howling at the, it's complete whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think he
Agree.
could talk.
Well, yeah, I think it was a few weeks ago on the show, we even more or less came to that conclusion, our reading, that he's alive, but he's not alive, meaning he's I hate to use the word vegetable. I know that's not a politically correct word, but
These are his cards.
yeah, yeah,
Interpret it how you will, strictly for entertainment purposes only.
exactly. Just like I
But-
got survival, which tells me he is alive, but he's fighting for his survival, but the truth is coming up.
He's hanging on.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm sorry if I interrupt you.
Oh no,
See,
that's perfect.
Okay.
I just
Okay.
wanted to take a moment to thank everyone who's here so far. We've got 200 wonderful people on YouTube, and we've got a couple hundred over at the other places. Hello to you over in X. Hello to you over in Facebook. We're grateful to have you here. We
are
wanted
grateful.
to announce, Chuck and I, that we did select a new book for the month of August. So we're going to take a moment to just break from the blitzes and announce our new book of the month. It's coming from the amazing Sandy Doyle. It looks like she has gone into a second printing.
Yes.
Wow.
And you know how I know that? Because I have been waiting over a week to get my copy of the book from Amazon. But I see that as good for the author. That means it's being reprinted. Yeah.
Right. So you might be sure and order now, because there might be a little bit of a delay because they are trying to get more books out. I guess a lot of you went and bought the book, which we're very appreciative of, but now they don't have enough books. So they are printing them as fast as possible, probably. So sorry, Chuck. But yeah, I think they sold out.
I'm supposed to get it on Thursday.
Okay, good. Yeah, I think they sold out, but that's okay. They print them quickly. All right, Sandy Doyle, My Life at the Cemetery. It's not as dead as you think. Great, great book. What happens to an empath who's working as a counselor with grief? Who is going to show up and want to talk to her? Well, sometimes the person is alive and sometimes the person isn't alive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm doing here. Well, you're dead. I'm dead, but I was just having lunch on Tuesday with my friend Barb. Like, people sometimes don't know they're dead. Why am I here? Why am I in a funeral parlor? Well, you don't have a body anymore. You're in a state of shock. But like, a lot of people need help, right? Transitioning. And then so she would be counseling the living, and then other people would show up. What's happening? Why am I here? And that's mediums talk about this all the time, like beings that just, they need a little help, right? Mm-hmm. So My Life at the Cemetery, it's not as dead as you think. My spiritual journey through life and death. Sandra Doyle, check it out. You won't be disappointed. She will be in our studios in the middle of September. We will have her in our studios. Wonderful. And we're very much looking forward to that book.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I see Rockin' Pony Lady said I ordered my book a week ago. Still haven't received it.
Sorry about that, you got. Yeah, I don't know.
But that's wonderful news for the author. Means it's doing well.
It's been selling very, very well, and thank you.
Bestseller.
But we gotta. I actually do think it got it's gotten some really strong reviews before this. Brave Thinking Institute gave it strong reviews. Yeah, I'm looking forward to having her.
I'm looking forward to it too. Well, anyway, Gary, Indiana is still without power after 2 weeks. Good God. Governor Braun wants the power company investigated. What will be the result? That's incredible. We talked about this last week.
Insanity.
2 weeks without power?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think from what I could see, it was pretty bad. Why did they ignore it?
I know. Is this beyond the boundary of just Gary?
From what I went down into a basement. It looked almost like a subway system. I went down, and it was dirty. It was old. It looked like it was in the 1920s. There were tabs breaking off. Everything was flooded with water. And I went, and as the inspector, I went, oh yeah. Oh yeah. And that was that was the brief remote I got. Was I saw them going down. I saw everything was flooded. And when the guy took a tab, it broke off, and it like pieces started to crumble in his hand, like one of the things. And he just went, oy, boy. And I thought, oh, this is bad.
This is going to be a crisis across the country. Infrastructure.
What am I seeing? Do you know anything about this?
I know what it is. They get, these power companies are getting money from the government, our federal government and state government, to improve the infrastructure of the electrical system. Mm-hmm. I got a feeling that they basically pocketed the money.
Oh yeah,
and didn't do nothing to it.
Yeah.
And it's
Oh
not
my
just
God.
in Indiana.
Yeah. But I'm just
It's not
thinking
just
this.
Indiana. It's all across the country.
I was going to say it's got to be aging infrastructure all over the
It
country.
Oh
is.
no, that
I-
infrastructure looked like it was from the 1920s.
Well, I was
Yeah.
talking. Remember, I was talking about how we're having all these water pipes bursting underground here in Los Angeles because the pipes go back to the 1920s. They're over
Right.
100 years old. We've had so many pipes burst in just the last 6 weeks, and
And the
major
government-
flooding. Yeah.
And they get money from the federal government to improve
Hmm.
their water systems, and
I
they
guess
don't. They pocket
Out
it.
of out of sight, out of mind. I guess
That's
that's their
right.
attitude. Yeah.
That looked like they hadn't been down there. They were just letting it run, and they weren't even doing regular inspections from what
It's
I was able
running
to see.
fine.
Jesus. Well, let's see the number. Let's see what the cards say. Okay, the water is flowing. Yay! 3 of Cups, I see. We got water. Yay, they had to reroute it. Everything was a mess. And at first they were like, oh my God, what are we it's a mess. We're going to have to reroute the entire thing out of this system, open up a new, turn the new system. You cannot save this system. At first they were like, well, can we, no. You know what you're gonna have to do? You're gonna have to shut everything down and reroute and then turn on the new system. And that's what they did. We got water.
Yeah.
They had to bypass it into a new system. Wow, thank you, Spirit. That was good. They don't know how they're gonna freaking pay for this. 8 of Swords moving into 7th position. Ouch.
Yeah. Now, Whimsy, you said water. I thought it was electricity.
No, I saw flooding underground. I saw flooding
Oh.
that had led to all kinds of problems.
What do you
with the
think that
power
could be
system.
related to the lack of power? You know, the power.
That's
That's what I'm
Substation.
saying.
Control that. Yeah.
I saw flooding underground that had
That's
led
what
to
you're
short-
saying. Okay.
And I saw stuff from the 1920s. And when they went
Yeah.
down, not only did they find water and flooding, but they found the system was irreparable, and they had to put up a new system, and then they had to bypass the old system, and then they finally got water flowing through the new system. That's basically what happened. That's what the remote view shows. Damn.
Yeah. Well, I get there's a lot of discontent and despair from the community, the people, big sense of loss. There's a fighting for survival, and it's very much about priorities. In other words, people getting their crap together. Priorities. There's a lot of bickering, a lot of fighting, a lot of competition going on, and a lot of shame underneath this. I take the shame to be what you just mentioned, Joel. A lot of money being pocketed,
Yeah.
not being put back where it's supposed to be. So it's going to have to be about priorities. People just getting their acts together and
They're
realizing.
all invested.
How did they install a new system and just trash the old, just toss the old system and then switch it over to the new? Like, how could they do that so quickly? That's pretty impressive, though.
It is.
I don't know. Well, it's just like here in LA, that big water pipe that burst. It was like
Oh,
25 feet long in West Hollywood.
Yes,
They worked day and night and did it, I think, within about 7 days. It was quite a feat to do that.
Yeah, this looked like they had to completely reroute. They couldn't
Yeah.
save it, and
They
they
had a
had to
massive
start
team of
something
people.
new, and then they had to pump, and they had to revert back to the new system. That's what it looked like to me.
You know what they did in Cheyenne? They all the power grid is underground. It's all buried,
That's what this looked
including
like.
natural gas, and
Yeah.
it works flawlessly.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's-
we never have a power outage out here. I mean, I've been out here for years, and I can only remember 2 times in the last 8 years.
But if you have these old systems, this almost looked like it was under a train system or like an underground train system. Or like
Yeah.
I went down some thing underneath, and then I saw a whole system underground, and there was water, and it was broken, and I was
Yeah.
like, we cannot. It's irreparable.
It could
That's
even
what
be
I
going
saw.
back further than 100 years, more like
Sure.
possibly the 1890s or the turn of the last
1920,
century.
1920 looked to me like the last time they did anything down there.
Yeah, but I'm just getting the feeling it's even older than that.
Let
Maybe
the
it's
good
last time
times
it was
roll.
serviced. Yeah,
Let the good times roll. That's not,
yeah. No, we did this one, didn't we? Lindsey Graham's sister.
Oh,
winning-
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. From Gigi Pardo. Lord, hello, Whimsy, Chuck, Joel, and everyone. May Dolly Parton have a smooth transcending. I'm sure she will and did. I didn't read the rest of that.
That's
But
okay.
anyway,
We showed it before.
Okay. Dolly Parton is a beautiful, sweet soul who will be warmly welcomed by all souls in heaven. Oh, yes. See her being the queen of heaven. Nancy Potter Johnson, 3454. Are the Democrats putting together a document like the GOP released, Project 25? Will it be too late to right the awful policies instituted by Trump and his henchmen?
The reckoning is coming, guys.
Mm-hmm. We've talked
In
about
January.
that before.
The tent is too wide, 7 of cups. We have to try and find out what Democrats actually believe in, because
Mhm.
I'm seeing the problem fizzle out, like having a guy who's got Nazi tattoos. This is not someone that should be running for the Democrats, or a
They
guy
didn't vet him.
that's been linked to being pro Hezbollah, Iran, out of Michigan. Are you crazy? He's obviously being funded by the Iranian government. And anyway, the Iranian government is underwater. It doesn't really matter. There's confusion here. I feel like the Democrats are blowing it. We better start figuring out what we believe in.
It's interesting you say that, because I get to accomplish this, they're going to have to be absolutely united as a life force, a very powerful force. There's got to be a lot of risk taken, but ultimately it's going to involve compromise. There's just no way around it. They're going to have to be compromises. But what I get within the Democratic Party itself, a lot of competition, tug of war, people fighting for power, a lot of denial amongst themselves, and ultimately loss. I think that ties in with what you were saying. Senate and congressional hearings on Trump's horrible corruption and legal activities in 2027.
What are you thinking? Oops, we got a.
Yes.
It always, is that
I don't know who that was.
Spam calls, right? Spam calls.
I think it was a spam call. I thought I had my phone off. I am so sorry about that. And I was trying to turn it off while I was reading the question. Should I read that again, or did that come through? Okay, I got distracted.
I think it's fine. I mean, this is going to keep coming up, that we have problems until we get a human resources in Congress.
Yeah.
Jim Jordan should be in prison for all kinds of things.
Oh,
yeah.
He's been linked to all kinds of bad shit, trying to cover up sex offenders, crying on the phone when the rape victim went to the police. You can't do this. It's going to totally screw up my career. When that kid came forward saying he'd been assaulted, and Jim Jordan's crying, please don't do this. Don't out the coach. I have a career. You're going to ruin my career. I'm sorry. Psychopaths. Jim Jordan, why is he there? How did this happen that someone this sick is sitting in Congress? So,
someone this sick sitting in the White House.
Yeah.
We've
I
got
just
a
feel
lot
like
of.
we're never going to fix this problem until we get some control, like human resources or something.
Getting rid of Citizens United.
I don't want to see another Swalwell situation, or this. Who's the Republican this Max lunatic who picked naked pictures of his kid and broke her. I mean, like, who are these psychopaths? Max Miller.
Max Miller would certainly count in that category. I
mean, like, what the hell are we doing? It's not enough to get rid of these people if we haven't put a system in place that's checks and balances for Congress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What do you folks think? You think I'm right? Yeah. Better think I'm right.
I'm even thinking about an interview I saw recently with Hillary Clinton. It was for a podcast, and she said if Trump is still in power, even if the Democrats were to take the House and the Senate, he's going to fight them on everything. He's going to make things tooth and nail. He's going to make it so difficult for Congress to get anything done. Right. So it's not going to be that easy unless we get Trump out of the picture.
Well, this is the thing that came up in the remotes, is that right around September, October, when are they working on the new budget for the?
It's already done.
Yeah, but the new one, when they
the new budget has already been done. They put it off. They put it in until December. after the elections.
December out of it. Yeah.
December, Christmas time is when
Yeah.
they have to work on it again.
Look, watch what this asshole does. He's going to try and take away their Christmases.
He'll do something crazy.
He will have government people
The
on
Grinch.
the streets. That's
Yeah.
I am ready for
You're
it.
a mean one.
Mr. Grinch.
You're not going to
Your heart is 3 times smaller.
because he had a 4 of cups, which is no. You're not going to give me what I want. You're not going to give me my tariffs. You're not going to give me this. You're not going to give me that. I'm just not going to sign any damn
gonna
bill, and you
knock
can
the
all
Kennedy-
starve.
I'm going to knock the Kennedy Center down.
Oh, yes. Did you see that today?
Yeah.
Jeez
He's,
Louise.
if I don't get my name on the Kennedy Center, I'm tearing it
I'm
down.
going to tear it down.
Yeah. He's trying to call it a decrepit, decaying building that's spiraling downward. Oh,
It's
come
a
on.
cesspool.
Anybody who was recently in the Kennedy Center knows that is not true. That's not true. It's been a few years since I've been there, but it's a beautiful facility.
But he
That'd be-
wants his name on it.
Of course. So it's not beautiful until his name is on it. In other words, I'm
That's
going to tear it
right.
down. And Mary Trump's niece even said, my uncle loves to destroy things.
Oh my God.
I know. From Kimberly Bly Fitpold, will there be an automatic draft for our young men? Scary. No, I don't think so. But I would say if it did come back, it would affect women also.
Yes.
Yeah, women and men would be drafted.
No, you're fine. Sun coming out.
Yeah.
Which I don't see major wars. I think that Grok look, these supercomputers, man, they're just logical. They really help us.
It's working.
Yeah.
I think that Grok hit it out of the ballpark. Once Iran falls, once they choke the money, and
It's gone.
Putin
It's
is
done.
gone, I think we're going to see a dramatic drop in terrorism.
Mhm.
And I think that that's going to have an impact on our military and security and our risk of going to war.
Oh, yeah.
Certainly the fall of Putin, I would
Absolutely.
think.
We haven't had a draft for over 50 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nixon was the last president to have
Yes.
the draft.
Yes. I don't know if they still make young men register for the draft.
They do.
Yeah.
Here is a brain dead person who thinks that I support Netanyahu. When did this rumor get started that I support Netanyahu? I'm part of the opposition. You support Donald Trump, Maddie, because you're an American. Yes, you do. I don't believe you. Yes, you do. You're a Trumper. You're a MAGA person, Maddie, because you're American. You love Donald Trump. Yes, you do. It's hard for you to admit, isn't it?
Mhm.
Well, all Jews look alike, you know.
Oh.
Sorry, I just can't handle it sometimes.
That's
No.
all right.
The
That's
racism
okay.
and the generalizations. Oh my God, all Jews love Netanyahu. You know, we're all alike. And all black people eat fried chicken. You know, I mean, it's like, it's like what
I'm
a
not touching
fucking-
this one.
do you realize how unbelievably racist you are? No, go sit on that, honey.
Okay. From Nancy Potter Johnson.
I'm sorry, I had to.
Thank you, Dr. Anderson, for your prayers and guidance and bringing us through the meticulously perilous plan to bring peace and prosperity in the Middle East.
I'll take it. And yes,
Thank
I
you,
did.
Dr.
And
Anderson.
yes, I did build that trade route. And I have a couple things that I would like to announce regarding that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you, by any chance, see the pilot program was announced by The Guardian? This is what I should be doing. I should be singing the "I Got It Right" song. You know, I used to do that. I got it right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got it right.
Mm-hmm.
I've
heard you sing that. I've heard you sing that a few
got
times,
it right.
Whimsy.
Well, exactly.
Do your little dance with it. Yeah.
Anybody want to read that?
Trump's Board of Peace drops full Gaza, it's print small, full Gaza recovery plan in favor of tiny pilot scheme.
What do you think about that? Does that sound good to you? Do you want me? Do you want me to do some magic?
Do some magic.
Would you like to? I should get this.
Do some magic. Do some magic.
Oh, you guys are the best. Okay.
Well, I know you're doing magic when you pull out that wand. Are we going to get a rabbit out of your hat? I mean,
something like that.
Okay.
There you go.
Read it out loud. The blue part.
Anderson proposes integrating Palestinian society through secure, sustainable communities, starting with I can't read all of this. Oh, sorry. You cut off part of the sentence there. Okay, now the print is too small for me to read.
Okay,
can you read it, Whimsy?
Let me read it. Let me read it.
Okay.
Anderson proposes integrating Palestinians into Israeli society through secure, sustainable communities, starting with a 10% pilot per her 2023 IDF submission.
Booyah!
You got it. You did it.
Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I did it. Shake
Yeah,
that tambourine.
baby.
Shake that tambourine
Shake
and
that
bang
booty.
that gong.
Shake that foot,
right.
and I'm not a Trump. And you love Trump. Yes, you do. You secretly fantasize about him at night. Oh,
Ew.
yeah. I don't want to hear what you have to say. La, 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 la.
Ew.
You're white and female, therefore you like Donald Trump. All white females like Donald Trump. La, 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 la. I don't need logic. I'm a bigot. Sorry.
It's
What is
okay.
the host country? Turkey. Yes. How would you like it if people stereotyped you based on the fact that you're white, female, and American? There are countries that would beat you up if you stepped into them because you're white.
Yeah.
Exactly. So let's not go assuming that all Israelis like Netanyahu. He's at a 21% support rate right now.
Not good.
It's fantastic
That's
because
lower than Trump.
Gadi Eisenkot's going to take it, and he's with blue and white. He's he's
18.
with Yashar. He's with Yashar, Strait, but they were part of Unity, blue and white.
Yeah.
Sherry Zeddy is asking, what's the age for the draft? What?
18.
I was going to say, I think it's 18 to 25, isn't it?
It's 18. And they have to, once they fill out the paperwork, it goes into the county clerk or whatever. And
But
it
if you're
goes
married,
into
but if you're married with kids and you're the primary breadwinner, you're going to get on the bottom of the barrel. They're not going to drag you in there. I got a wife and kids to feed. There are ways to get out of it.
Mm-hmm. I had to register. I was 20. It scared the hell out of me.
Oh,
yeah. Thankfully, nothing happened. Anyway, Wise Woman X6E. Now, Donald J. Trump wants to demolish the Kennedy Center. What? That's what we're all saying. I don't think he'll get it.
He said he wants his name on the building, or he's going to demolish it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, and
somebody needs to get him checked out.
You think so, Joel?
Okay. Hey, Red 16. This ought to help the ignorant person from before. Go ahead,
Okay,
please.
so please speak to the anti-Semitism in the Democratic Party and anti-Semitic proliferation. Please speak to the Islamization of Dearborn,
Michigan,
and El
Said
and his distinct ties to
Cairo,
and the
Muslim Brotherhood.
Okay, some typos there.
It's a problem because there's a super PAC. It's the same one that Mamdani is linked to.
Really?
And it's linked to two engineers who are Muslims who are pro-Iranian. Yeah, they don't belong in the Democratic Party. I don't want people like that in the Democratic Party.
Mm-hmm. From KT8197, New York, right on the border. We trade all the time. Businesses have factories on both sides of the border. The tariffs are just crazy.
Nuts.
Yes. Yeah. Effing crazy. From Purple Alegria, I hope I said that right. So Purple Alegria 7. What? he is going to demolish the Kennedy Center now. So if he can't have his name on it, wants it torn down. What the F? Yeah.
It's like a toddler.
It's crazy. I've been to the Kennedy Center a number of times. I saw Katharine Hepburn there once on stage. It's a beautiful facility. From Teresa Watts Gash, will we have another January 6th?
No, but they're going to delay the swearing in of the senators and congressmen.
Really? You really feel
they're
that?
They're going to try to slow it down.
Really?
Just to piss off people.
But they won't succeed.
They won't succeed.
No. Hey, from Warrior Queen's Magic. Hey, we love Mandani. Statue of Liberties there. Yeah.
Has he been addressed on that? On his
many times. He thinks that the Jews are just being silly. Oh, you silly Jews. You silly Jews. You're just being overly dramatic. There's nothing to fear. You're just paranoid.
It's all in your mind.
It's all happening inside your mind, Dr. Whimsy. None of the, he's not going to do anything to hurt you. It's 1937 all over again, baby. 1939 was Kristallnacht.
Yeah.
1939 was Kristallnacht, and the police didn't come to help because it was the police. There he is, coming in with his weapons to kill the Jews because Mamdani, he's a Mamdani supporter. So we've had 55 attacks, several stabbings. Oh, you silly Jews, just let him come in and threaten to kill you while you're trying to pray. We also have the Israelis bringing triage units and triage training to Jews in New York because so many Jews are being killed, stabbed, beaten. Oh, we love Mamdani. You love that?
Yep.
You love that? You like that? Well, good for you, because you'll never be in my situation. Yes. You're not going to be in my situation. You're not going to ever be in their situation. Wouldn't I love to have the luxury of not being Jewish, with a crime up 56.9%, 205 cases of assaults. Yeah, that's why we don't like Mamdani. Not that we don't love democratic socialism. I mean, Golda Meir was a democratic socialist. But
has he been to the visit any rabbis or whatever in New York?
Yeah, anti-Zionists that want to destroy my country, Israel. That's the stupidest thing in the world. You came to the United States. You're an occupier from some foreign country like Uganda. You come and you're occupying Syracuse indigenous people's lands, and you're lecturing a foreign country you've never been to that's 11,000 miles away because you received money from foreign governments through super PACs.
Yeah.
Worry about yourself. You're the occupier, Mamdani. You are an occupier. You are occupying Indian lands. It is the land of the Syracuse nation. They did not elect you mayor. You didn't even bother to meet with them. Go home. Go home. You have nothing to teach us, and you have nothing to say to the Jewish people. Get the fuck out of my country. That's what I would say. I mean, I love the idea of democratic socialism. Was it 1938? Great. Well, it's 1937. Right now, it's 1937 New York, and we have Israelis going to New York to train. So Israel is training Jewish people for emergency triage. So what's happened is the situation is so bad that we've had to do because of Mamdani and his henchmen friends. You see, it's not happening to you. This is the other thing that pisses me off as a Jew. You're not in a position to tell me how I should feel about this. You're not in a position to tell me that this is all in our minds. We need to take our medication. Oh, you silly Jews. But the other thing that's scary is that we're being trivialized, dismissed, discarded. That's gaslighting. That's what malignant narcissists do when they're trying to control their victims. Tell you it's all in your head. If it's all in our head, how come we have to spend all this money for emergency training? And we have Israeli government coming in to train. This is our fucking synagogue. Does that happen to you when you go to church?
No.
The only other people that can rate to us is maybe black churches in the South when they burned those churches in the South. These are some of the people that have been attacking us. It's like, get the fuck out of my country. It's like, don't come here, run for mayor and bring your racist ideas that have put my people at risk. Dozens and dozens of people stabbed to death. Synagogue, we have to have security outside of our places of worship. If a synagogue is called Temple Beth Israel, they target it. The Jew hatred is out of control. And Mamdani is 100% responsible for bringing this toxicity and this Jew hatred to New York. And I think that there's going to be a reckoning. And I think he's...
You think he'll be outed?
I think he's a Nazi. I think that he's a Nazi. I think the Iranians are Nazis. I think the Iranian party, they have a pact with Adolf Hitler. They've had a pact with Adolf Hitler since World War II. So did the Muslims. So did the Egyptians. The Egyptians had a pact. If you see the movie Raiders of the Lost Ark, when Adolf Hitler was in Egypt, right? They were allies. So what we have is we have a problem. So you have Hitler and Al-Hussein. You know about Al-Husseini, right? You guys know about Al-Husseini?
No,
Haj Amin Al-Husseini?
No, tell me.
You have to refresh my memory on that one.
I'm not
so
familiar.
Haj Amin Al-Husseini, he was part of the Hitler Pact when the Palestinians became part of the Hitler Pact.
Okay. Yeah.
So that was the Hitler Pact.
That's right.
And that was when the Palestinians joined forces with Adolf Hitler. They took Mein Kampf. They began to teach. This is the Palestinian alliance with Hitler. And they started teaching Mein Kampf, and they started teaching.
It still continues today.
That's right. So this birthed the philosophy that would go on to be funding the Mamdani campaign. But what's scary about all of this, the real spooky about all of this is how many people don't know this. We thought we won the war, right? We thought, oh, good, thank God that we beat the Nazis. What we don't understand is that he handed the torch to Iran and Egypt and all these other countries, and then they took up the mantle.
Yep. That's true.
I think that people are just not educated.
They're not.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for being here. We're going to go ahead and close. We've been here for close to 2 hours.
Close to 2 hours.
And wow, there was a lot to talk about.
There
Joel,
was.
if people need to reach you, Joel, for advice about Veterans Affairs, how do they reach you?
It's Joel Tilton at msn.com, and I'll be happy to help you in any question or about programs or problems with the VA. I'd be happy to help you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Good
Chuck.
man, Joel. Very good what you do. Well, best way to reach me for right now is my name, but just dransfieldchuck@gmail.com. I've been doing private readings for people, which I love. I'm also doing commissioned artwork for people, which I also love. I'm very much available for that. Thank you, Joel. And I also have my own channel, Chuck's Captivating Chronicles. I have a show on Mondays, Chuck's Captivating Chat, where I do a lot of readings on there and have a lot of fun. And Whimsy.
Two things can be true at the same time. Hitler did the same thing. The economy was great once they exterminated a bunch of Jews. You can do the same. You can do the two things at the same time. You can help the poor middle class while simultaneously calling for the extermination of the Jews. Both things can exist at the same time. And we don't want to be a pick-me Jew. So you have you know what? There's a lot of pick-me Jews. John Stewart didn't watch his daughter get tied to a tree, shot in the head, and have her corpse raped on live Facebook. Don't be a pick-me. It wasn't your kids. It didn't happen to you. It's not you on the front line. You're not the one being shot and killed. You're not the one whose kids are being drug out, tied to a tree, and raped on live TV. It's not your call. It's not your security. It's not your call. No one's attacking you, but I am defending the right of the Jewish people not to have their lives threatened when they go to pray. And Mamdani should worry about taking care of the people of New York and stop attacking a country he's never been to and creating hostile vitriol that is increasing attacks against Jews in New York. And he's brought a lot of pain and fear to a lot of people in New York. We can still accomplish a lot of the policies of helping the poor without killing Jews. It can be done. Trust me on that. All right. If you're trying to get in for a reading with me, the Zionist, the Jewish Zionist Israeli, who writes peace proposal. No, if you'd like to have a reading with me, you can find out all that information by booking me through a Booksy. Yes, I do not shy away, and I am not apologetic about who I am. You gotta own who you are, you know. All right, we are out of here. Be kind to all so that all will be kind to you too. But if somebody attacks me with anti-Semitism, I will respond appropriately. All right, we're out of here. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Love and light, everybody.
Be strong.
Thank you.
Be strong. Be safe.
Thank you.
Hold for 5.